What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekend astrology horoscope for the weekend of January 7th and the 8th of 2023. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Hope everybody is doing outstanding, and I hope that you're geared up to have an outstanding weekend. This weekend we are going to see the moon finish up in Cancer, where it is coming off a full moon, so we're starting to see it wane off of that, but still very full moon energy. And this full moon energy is going to be in opposition to Pluto, which is almost out of shadow in Capricorn. It's about to come to 28 degrees, not quite there yet, but it is the second to last time we'll ever see full moon energy in Cancer with Pluto in Capricorn. So definitely a lot of deep emotional understanding and deep subconscious revelations that I think we have to come to terms with and understand. And I would say that the understanding part's very important, because we are going to see the sun here in Capricorn. It's going to come to 17 degrees on Saturday, and we're going to see Mercury make that Cazimi moment in retrograde and conjunct that sun. So definitely getting the message of the time system that we want to be on, the goals, our ambitions, how to really find purpose and really find some kind of conscious understanding. And I do think that there is a little bit of uncomfort, of course, with the moon knowing, like, wow, this is the last time I'm going to see your ass here, Pluto, when I'm trying to be at home, dignified in Cancer, and you're going to be opposing me. So definitely, like, the moon's like, yeah, one more meeting with you. So in many ways we are kind of at that semifinals position in our life right now, and getting ready to conquer this next chapter and get these things rolling, and with a deeper understanding of our purpose and meaning, and a deeper understanding of what we want to do and accomplish. So there is definitely some big insight coming through there. And the moon will also make a nice trine over to Neptune early in the morning. So definitely very psychic energy, could feel like a very spiritual day in a lot of ways, especially with this dignified moon coming off the full moon. Learning that our comforts are defined by ourself and how we feel within ourself. And, we have to come to terms with the outer world isn't always going to be what we want it to be. And if we can come to that place of compassion for that, what we don't have control over, but just understand it and be, very aware, but still here, still with ourselves, still willing to feel our emotions and heal, from emotions, and to not shy away from darker things that could be in opposition, trying to press us or, almost, hold us back, or something could show up where the universe is like, no, you don't get to do what you want. But you know what? You can, but you have to believe it and you have to have faith. And I think that the faith is important. And I think really getting into the deeper emotional desires is important too, and making sure that whatever it is that you want to do, that you're doing it from a place of feeling really at home in yourself with whatever that bigger purpose or, exterior motives are. And I do think we get that message, and it's about really how to understand how to delegate our time and to delegate our emotions. And I do think that there is a big, evolutionary point for us, especially this year. But I think this is a big kickoff to the year, as it is the first full moon of 2023. So definitely some big energy there. On Sunday, we're going to see the moon come into Leo, and it is going to trine over to Jupiter, and it will oppose Venus at 6 degrees of Aquarius. So we do, have a little bit of oppositions here. I think trying to understand the individuality and the uniqueness of the things that we want to go after, while still coming back and finding the happiness in life. I think this moon in Leo by Sunday is going to really want to find the very, enjoyable things, the pleasures that light us up, that make us feel creative. And I do think that, we are in a time where it is the abstract sort of odd way that you're going to find that. And it might be by breaking out of the comfort zone in just a little bit, while staying positive in your beliefs and realizing creative potential, and realizing that, there's just a lot of change that can be feeling like it needs to be made. But again, I think that we have to break comfort zones to really initiate that wants to be expanded. So I feel like there are doors that are trying to open. There's realizations. Sunday's important too, because we're going to see Mercury retrograde trine over to Uranus retrograde in Taurus. And it's interesting, they're octaves of each other, right? And they're both the rulers of astrology, but that's not what's most important. It's that they're both retrograde for this. And it does become very internalized with that retrograde energy. So I think that it's a very interpersonal sort of electrical sort of switch that gets flipped within us. Maybe we see it show up in our life or show up with people or conversation, but it could really come down to conversations that we have with ourselves about using our, creative power in a way that is very honed in on the goal and honed in on the value, and, has this sort of, there's going to be some kind of an edge. I feel like something's going to show up that's going to give us an edge in where things are going, and then it's kind of like what we do with it. And maybe we can't just jump to, where it's going to go, but it is about, kind of dialing in the unique plan that comes about. And I would say once Mercury's direct and Uranus is direct, when they do make their next trine, that is when that electrical circuit is fully popping. And we'll be coming into we'll be in Aquarius season. Like there's going to be some circuits flying, and that's, I think, a good thing for people that are willing to, kind of get planned out right now and dedicate to what they want, and know that, little tweaks and changes can be very important, and definitely, full expression of yourself and your comforts are very important this weekend, because that's what's going to open a lot of these very creative doorways. And, there's a lot to explore here. We can be finding a lot of amplified courage, and definitely want to use our ego in the right way, in a healed way, in a responsible way, and that is important too. And the moon will sextile Mars, which is getting ready to come direct, but not until later this next week. So yeah, I mean, overall this weekend's got a lot of positive stuff here. Not, nothing too wild. I do think that when we're putting our action towards the understanding of what we know makes us happy, and when we're able to separate just enough from certain parts of the exterior that are not resonating any longer, that are not, providing happiness, I think we're starting to see, how we are creating and, laying the train tracks down, if you will, for a lot of positive things that are going to start popping off. I think individually, I do think honestly, I'll be honest, the world is in a very weird place. Anything can happen at any moment. That's sort of the test is your response to external, situations. So pay attention to that this weekend. It's setting you up, that your responses this weekend and how you feel secure and empowered by your life and what makes you happy and what makes you feel like you're doing purpose, having purpose in your life is super important. And it's extremely powerful in connecting, people together. And definitely not a bad weekend. I just think that we are definitely feeling some deep sort of like semifinals moments, like, oh my gosh, like I'm actually almost to where I want to go. And it's definitely like you still gotta, I guess you could say in sports, you gotta win one game at a time. We just come out there and win one game at a time. But think of this weekend in sort of that fashion, is that just go out and do the best you can this weekend to feel good and happy and creative. And the stuff that kind of tries to maybe derail you, that's because the train tracks were never meant to go further in that direction. So I think pay attention to that as well. And I think that you'll have a pretty darn good weekend. Let's see what the cards are for today. We got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I feel like we've been getting this card a lot. I feel like we want to control fate too much right now, or control the outcomes, and we don't have, this weekend could definitely show us that everything we don't have control over. But why do we lose our, sense of self, or, get emotionally too invested in these things? Definitely, I think we just need to let fate spin, and, your response is everything that matters right now. King of Swords in reverse. You know me with the reversals. I don't know, it's not really the know-it-all energy either right now. I think it's more being open and, just being open to expressing yourself. And we don't have to be such a hard ass either to people, or try to control situations, or get our point just defined in some way. It's definitely like wherever there's a struggle, like, is that what we're competing for? More struggle? Is that what we're striving for? Is that what we're trying to, build right now? We definitely want to stop trying to control the outcome of everything, and stop trying to be some, this is the way, I know it's the way, and, I have everything understood. And I don't think we're there, but I do feel like we're close to a big revelation, and I do think there can be an internal one now, but it still takes some processing that we might have to deal with. And the Two of Cups in reverse. I think this is just kind of saying too, we need to be gentle with ourselves and other people, maybe not over romanticize about situations or how things need to look, but remember that, it's important to really solidify the connective circuits within yourself to get the emotions with yourself right, that lets you be true and authentic to yourself in a really unique form that is yours. And that is going to show where really, powerful union can come together. We don't want to be too, I guess just thinking that everything's going to be just sunshine and rainbows and everybody's going to be just acting exactly as you think they're going to act. Again, I think a lot of this weekend is about how you respond to the external, and if it's, positive, happy, and exciting, or if it's negative and draining, pay attention to that. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you all on Monday. Much love. Peace.